Good morning. Today we are finally trying to figure out what to do with this trimming that I took from a wedding dress. Why did I do that? This wedding dress was given to me, long story, it was given to me and a person said you could just do whatever you want with it. Read into that whatever you want. So it has this most beautiful trim all around the skirt that I took up. I took apart the whole dress. It was like a silk, beautiful dress. So now the question is what to do with this. I have a couple of ideas. Let me show you what I mean. So I just want to be in the sunshine. If you're interested to know what I've done with the shop, I have a clip at some point in the video, but I wanted to get this on first. I'm trying to move away from the sunshine. I want the sun and I don't want the light to be all like this. Anyway, today I want to upcycle this guy. Why? Because it's a lovely cotton jumper, sweater, which is really nice, but it's a big bag of meh, boring. I show you the wedding trim of the dress. And I've been playing around while my microphone was charging because it was dead. I've been playing around with how I want it to look. I just don't know. I want to be here, but I think it might be too bright for the video. Does this make sense? Or shall I, hold on, let me put in something else. Okay, I think this is a little bit better. Okay, so as I said, the first thing I want to do with the jumper is actually chop it up a little bit because it is really quite long. I don't know if it's a men's or a women's jumper. I think it's an H&M jumper, but sorry, sweater. I know the Americans don't like when I say jumper. It's quite big and there's no shape to it, but it's a lovely cotton sweater. So I'm thinking the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a much crop, not cropped, but much shorter jumper sweater. I'm going to be reusing the ribbon, but it will be a little shorter. Now, the idea that I had when I was cycling here was to use this guy here in the sleeves. Obviously, I need to be careful with the stretch, how you move, because the trimming hasn't got stretch and the sweater has. So I was thinking maybe I could put it around the chest. That will be a little bit obvious and at the same time a little bit too much. So my idea was to actually put some of these motifs right by the shoulder. Now the shoulder in this jumper starts here. So it's quite heavy because I haven't cut it off yet. I don't want to cut into it until I am 100% sure what I'm doing. So the idea would be that maybe get one of these big peaks in here and just put, but maybe not using the whole of the sleeve. So if somebody's, moving around or anything, it's not uncomfortable. The first upcycle I've done today was to remove the label of this very, very beautiful merino jumper sweater that I thrifted at the end of last year. I paid the whole grand total of 10 euros because it was end of the season. That's another super cool way of getting some cool clothing for almost nothing. It's 100% extra fine merino wool from Australia. So I love it. It's super nice. I love the color. The only thing I would say is the neckline is a little bit tight. I mean, considering how long and big the sweater is, the neckline is a little bit tight. So I'm going to have to maybe chop it up a little bit and do something with it. So yeah, the first thing I did this morning was when I came in here, all the way cycling was scratching me. I was so annoying. So I literally just pulled it on, took my seam ripper and rip off the label. I know it's merino wool. I don't need the label to tell me. So what do you think? The idea is to maybe just stitch one of these motifs in some part of the sleeve. So kind of there, okay? So this is option number one for the, basically I want to use the wedding trimming. I don't know what the light The screen is showing me that it's very, very bright. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's option number one. Then I went through my stash. I mean, what I'm definitely doing with this jumper or sweater is to chop it up and make it shorter. I might or might not put this one because I have other options, because I've been thrifting for the shop and I've been buying some cool jumpers and sweaters for the shop. But I say for the shop. I buy them for the shop. I put them there. Sometimes I bought a few leather jackets and people have been buying them as is. So that's fantastic. And sometimes they don't go. So the idea for me is to buy them, put them in the shop. If they don't go, I'll get to them and upcycle them as I get to them. Like today has been super quiet. Not many people have passed by, and that's the way it is. Hopefully it will pick up towards the end of the week. So anyway, this one is also an H&M sweater. It's a very nice cozy sweater. So it is cotton, viscose and alpaca. That's why it feels really, really nice. Now, it is a little bit, I think it has lost its shape as well. So I was thinking of doing the same thing, maybe putting a new ribbon. Maybe I could go through my ribbon stash and find a cool ribbon that I could just attach to this tiny little ribbon and just make it a little bit, you know, shaped, because it's quite shapeless at the moment. And I think if I put something fun, that will be kind of good. Now, I've been obviously trying to see if every sweater will do well with my trimming. And I mean, the simple answer is yes, but this one is a little bit too busy. I love it. I definitely want to use this. Let me hold it. I definitely want to use this trimming, but I think maybe for this sweater it's a little bit much. Now I have an extra option. As I say, these two are gonna get a treatment on the bottom anyway, regardless. Now I have this one. Now I bought this one with the idea of doing a denim upcycle, but I have done 3, 4 of them now. And I'm kind of thinking I want to pivot and do something else, because upcycling, mostly because that's what I fancy doing. There is no excuses. I was going to say, oh, upcycling is about what you want to do. It's because I want to do it, and that's that. That's what I want to. I fancy doing something different, basically. Now, I actually think this looks amazing. Okay, I'll forget a hoodie for now. I think this baby blue sweatshirt with a little bit of a motif right under raglan part of it. Okay, let me put it on the bust properly. Okay, now she's dressed. So if you can see the ribbing here, this is how I want the other 2 jumpers to look like. A little bit like that, a little bit more cropped. I think it's quite flattering for many, many figures. Now, so the idea is to use a little bit of this, just the same way. I like to use them in the sleeves. And because there's so much ease on this sleeve, I think it will look really, really nice. What do you think? I like the idea. I don't mind the thing on the floor. I spend a ridiculous amount of time washing these floors. Yeah, I'll show you what I've done in this room in the clip. Anyway, so I think that would look good. I don't know if I can show you it literally is just on top of the shoulder. I think I'm going to use it on this one because I put it on like this when I was waiting for the microphone to charge, and I just walked past a couple of times and I thought, ooh, I really like that. You know, sometimes it's a good idea to just, oh, it's so annoying, it just wants to fall all the time. Sometimes it's really a good idea to put something on and then just walk past and let it go for a little bit, let it, you know, brew in your mind. So I think the best option for this stunning beading trimming is a sweatshirt. Nothing says wedding glamour like a sky blue crop top hoodie. For sure. Now, I think that is what I'm going to be doing. I've been taking all my laces out and trying some of the laces. It's like the pink. I have this very, very hot pink. I have black and I have white and cream. And I'm thinking I'm going to start on this one and attach the white lace. But I might actually see if I can finish those two jumpers with some of the other lace and have like a 3 or 4. I like to have a few different pieces, not just on the shop, but as in like a way of doing like a mini collection. I think it makes more sense when you have that sort of thing. We're doing that after I'm drinking some of my coffee. What do you think of my garden? You know what I mean. The shop's garden. I don't think it looks all that clean, but oh my God, I spent a ridiculous amount of time cleaning it. I need to get some cool curtains and yeah, this is not what I was supposed to do now. Anyway, let's go to the sewing room and let's get started. Oh, coffee. So I'm just sitting down in here quietly, separating some of these motifs from the netting that is behind. It looks like they've been stitched either by hand or by machine. I think, no, it's by hand, look. Can you see? So I actually think it is going to be easier because all I need to do is to remove this irban, how you call it? It's like a stage stitch on the netting. Hold on, let me concentrate. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, if I remove it, I think I can take the motifs away from the netting and that will be a lot easier to attach to the sweatshirt or the hoodie. Where is my hole? Here. Let's go. My coffee is dangerously close to it. I don't know. Sometimes I like to live dangerously. Having my coffee next to my very delicate white trimming, wedding trimming. Okay, I think I'm going to have to concentrate on this. So, okay, since I'm sitting down in here, I might as well now show you what I've done to the shop. It's lovely. Good morning. There has been lots of changes in the shop. One of the little changes is that I've put the middle table in here. And the reason why I've done that is because we decided to open up the back room. How cool is that? We put the lovely commoda here, so there's kind of not a see-through, and I have a little bit more space to put the jewelry. So this is what it looks like when you walk in. I need to tell you, oh my God, it has been work. It has been work. Let me turn you around. It has been a lot of work. Now we can open the door to the garden if we wanted to in the summer, but you know, that chandelier took a long time to get done. Yesterday, I spent the whole time cleaning these floors. It was like so dusty from knocking on the wall. We took the door that goes to my studio, the sewing room, off. We have a little bit mantle here that's going to change, totally going to change. And yeah, that's the cute little garden from this room. Clean those doors. Oh my God, it was so dirty. I want to get some tea lights for these little lanterns that I got not long ago. And I have more space to display vintage and my upcycles. But look at how much bigger the shop is. The funniest thing was that I sent an email on Saturday and saying, oh, I'm thinking of knocking on the wall and trying to open the shop a little bit more. And we're thinking that we are going to, you know, totally respectful towards the building. We're not going to be doing anything that is not, you know, appropriate for the age of the building. And please make sure that I'm taking care of the property. And they replied yesterday morning and said, yeah, go ahead, it's fine. So long as you do as you said that you were going to take care of it. At which point, the wall was already gone. So it's a good job that they say, yes, it's okay. it was my partner. He said, right, it's either this Saturday or I'm not going to be able to make it. So we did do it. Right, so that's the update on the shop. I have a rail here of stuff that I'm going to upcycle, but I just don't have a space in my sewing room for everything. Oh, this is the table where hopefully I'm going to be having some workshops, upcycle workshops. I am really, really excited with the shop. There's so much more space. It's going to still change. We didn't have time to paint these 2 walls here or clean the glass here, all the stickers from the glass here. We haven't had the time there because we spend so much time on this guy. I mean, when I say we, I mean my partner. He spent so much time on that, and then he knocked on the wall, and I help with all the rubbish and the debris, and and then cleaning. Oh my God, so much work. Anyway, we are here. There's a lot that needs to be changed because now I understand what is selling, what is not selling. And this entrance here is not working whatsoever. So all of this needs to go. And even the way I store in the bags, it's not, they don't see them as much as they used to. So I'm going to have to remove that and change that. But that's for another moment. Right now, I am going to go and have my coffee. I am absolutely exhausted. Today's Tuesday, and we have worked weekends. And yeah, we've been working behind the scenes, and now the scenes are open. The scenes are in front. So yeah, I'm going to sit down and have my coffee and think through this corner here, because this is not working. This is not working at all. When I was putting the bags in the walls, people were picking them up and having a look. In here, I don't know. I'm going to have to rethink the whole wall here. But one step at a time, one step at a time. Anyway, I have a lot of ideas of all the upcycles that I want to do. So let's crack on with that. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the little bit and pieces that we've done to the shop. Now I don't have to be pointing the camera away from where I'm sitting. I'm sitting currently on the table that hopefully we're going to be making workshops with. The garden is over there. My sewing room is at the back there. And yeah, this is my new shop. I am really, really very, very chuffed with it. People coming in and they love the space. As I say in the clip, there's still many things that we need to do, but I'm very happy to be working from here. Okay, so I have removed some of the netting from the lovely trimmings, and it's now the time where I need to cut the trimming. This is the bit that I am most scared of, because I do want to use like this bit here going up to the shoulder, and then like having this motif, one motif, so from the shoulder going sideways, both ways. I don't want to put a lot. I explain it why. I don't want to, if you're stretching or whatever, although I don't think in here you're going to stretch the sweatshirt all that much. I mean, putting off cutting the trimming because it's so pretty. I'm scared of messing it up. I mean, it's been in my stash for the longest time. And I undid the dress thinking I want to do something with it. And now it's time to do something with it. It's so pretty, don't you think? Yeah, I think it's very, very pretty. It's now time to cut it. So, no, it's not time. I'm going to pin it on the thing one more time, and then we see what we can do. I am absolutely going to go crazy with the twinkle lights. I put those twinkle lights in there so it looks like the fireplace is on. I also have some curtains, LED light curtains for this window here. I might put it behind a heavy curtain that I need to put because it gets quite cold in here. And it's an old building, and old buildings are terrible with insulation. Okay, so we're here. This is a moment of truth that I've been putting off. I haven't even cut it off the whole trimming. So just so it doesn't keep on falling, I'm going to put it this way here. Pin like that. Okay, I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna just chop one motif. So yeah, I've been putting it off long enough. I'm just gonna chop one motif. Hopefully I won't go through too many stones. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger than I need, of course. And I might need to stitch it by hand. So I might go here. Oof. And these are my good scissors. No, let me go and get the other scissors. I used my good scissors the other day. I was chopping one of the men's shirts I was making into the little peplum thingy. And as I was chopping, I was like something hard, and I just cut it and I carry on. And then afterwards, I moved it around, and half of the button fell off from all the work that I was doing. I actually cut the button in half. I think that was quite impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Right, I'm only going through a sequence, but I didn't want to. Oof, I could hear them falling. So I heard some beads falling. I'm gonna have to cut it up and stitch it so it doesn't come undone anymore. Let me concentrate to do that, and I'll come back. Okay, so it's quite a bit later. I first cut a little bit of the motif, as I said, that we're gonna use, and I pinned it in here, and I really didn't like it. So I end up cutting a little bit more of the, I'm unpacking some more of the trimming, and I pinned it like this. So obviously I think it would have been much easier to open the seam and work with it flat. But I don't really want to, I need to stitch it by hand anyway, because I don't think I can put this lovely through the sewing machine. I don't think the sewing machine, there's beads and everything in the middle. I don't want to break a needle. And also I like to finish this bead here a little bit better. But I think I prefer it like this. I prefer it coming from the seam and going and doing something. It cuts off from here, and it kind of, I'm gonna try my best to lay it flat and do it like this. So I'm gonna unfortunately cut another piece and make this shoulder as long as this shoulder. Actually, I could maybe even attach that bit. I'll see. But this is how I think it's gonna look much nicer. Can you see? I think it's beautiful. I think it's gonna end up looking top notch. So it's quite a long time doing this. I'm gonna create another piece for this here, and remove this piece, and hopefully find another project to reuse it, because you know how this works. It's the cookie cutter. I keep on cutting, putting it away if I don't use it, and use it at some other point. I have so many projects. I just hope I have enough hours to do them, you know, because there's so many things I want to get done. You know, when I said that I was gonna stitch it by hand, it has taken me 4.5 just to stitch it in here with the pins. So I was looking at the ridge, the whole ridge. There's no beads. There's a little bit of sequins, but very tiny little sequins. I'm gonna try to see if I can do it by machine, because it's taking me a really long time. I'm gonna try that. I could just go around the whole edge carefully. I'm gonna do that. So we're back to the sewing room, and I should have come here earlier because there is a little bit more sunshine in here. The other room has a lot of foliage in front, and it covers the window. I think it's gonna look amazing, but to be perfectly honest, I spent so much time cutting it and putting it together that I feel a little bit tired with it. So I think I'm gonna leave this one here until tomorrow morning maybe, and I just need a quick win, because I've been working all day, and I don't have a finished project as yet. Maybe I get this evening at home and I just go by hand, because I tried to put it in the machine, and that was a whole of other problems as well. So I think I might just do it by hand, but I don't really fancy doing it now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this lovely here to shine the sequins to be all pretty. I'm gonna pick the other 2 sweaters. I think I left it in the other room. And I'm just gonna do the bottom bit. I'm gonna measure it the same height as this. And I'm gonna be doing the bottom, and then see if I want to decorate something else. So we're here with the other one. I haven't put it on, it's just on top of it. I'm thinking I'm just gonna remove the tiny little bit of ribbon. There's not a lot. And I've been using my ribbons quite a lot, actually. I thought I had quite a few of them, but I only have these 3. And I mean, I have a couple of thicker ones, only a few colors. When I bought them, I bought a bunch because, you know, the places I get it from, Gideon, whenever he has stuff from other shops, it's like the whole shop. So they are so cheap. Like, I don't know if it was like €1 or €1.50 each package, which if you look at the packages themselves, it's about 10 euros. So super cheap. And I got a whole bunch, but I've been using them. I went through all my stash. I only found these few. The jumper that is just gray could do with any color. Could be going with a green or with a red thingy. But this one is like a glitter. I don't know if you can see it, maybe here in the sunshine. It has like a little bit of glitter, and it also have like bronze and kind of not quite black. And I think this one goes fantastic with this one. So I'm just gonna make it the tiniest little bit more. You can see the kind of the elastic is kind of gone from the bottom, and I don't want to make it too tight because it has to be something like that. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna measure how much of this ribbon I will need to do the equivalent of this one. So I'm gonna use that much, and then I'm gonna attach it to that button here. So let me just cut it to measure and stitch it together here, and then stitch it to the bottom. And that should be a super easy one. So this one goes with this one. The gray one is different though, because the gray one is very, very long. So for the gray one, I really need to chop up quite a bit of the jumper to make a little bit of a crop top. Not quite a crop top, but a little bit shorter. So I do like how this one fits. So I'm thinking I might do the same thing. So the ribbon is around here, and I'm just gonna go up a little bit, not the whole length of the ribbon, but about here. Let me put a pin. And then I measure it, and I'm gonna chop it off that way there. And then for this one, the green one also have glitter. I don't know if you can see. It also have a little bit of a glitter. So I think I might like the green one. I also found, when I was looking for them, I also found these, but these are like to decorate the shirts. So I might put this one as the straps with a sports jumper. So they come from here all the way down. I have a couple of them. I thought they were, when I bought them, I thought they were the same thing as this. They're not. They are like just kind of, it says pimp up your outfit, which is exactly what we're trying to do. This was actually €12.99, and it was down to €5, and I pay even less than that. Anyway, so I think green one for that one, the glittery one for the other one, and then I'll see if I want to decorate it with the rest of the stuff. I just realized that the camera is about to die. I need to plug it in. The battery is running out. Right, I finished this one. I just finished it just above the little detail. I think it looks really, really cool. I really like it. It is longer because all I did was to cut the original ribbon. But now we're gonna, hopefully if the camera doesn't die, we're gonna be chopping up the gray one. So that's the my mark that I did. So I'm gonna be chopping about, it's folding in half, it's folding in fours actually. So I'm just gonna cut it more or less straight. I think this is more or less straight, she says. Once you put the ribbon, it gives you a little bit of ease going on. Okay, so that is the jumper. It's quite short. Right, we're gonna add the ribbon. I'm gonna measure the ribbon exactly the same as the blue one, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit shorter. and I'm gonna attach it. So basically, whatever decide I decide to make it, you basically cut it, make a loop, then you have to overlock this part of the ribbon to the right side of the jumper, like that, and overlock it all around once you've done a loop. Okay, I'm gonna make it slightly more smaller than the other jumper, and yeah, I'm gonna stitch this first and then stitch this. Come with me. Good morning, morning. It's the next day. Last night I was working until late, stitching this and stitching the other two jumpers, and also setting up another part of the jewelry. I'll show you in a minute. Can you see the little fireplace that I... Can you see the little fireplace that I put myself? They're like twinkle lights. I love twinkle lights. So I have some little fireplace going on at the background. So this is the sweatshirt. I end up doing it, as you could see from the video, by hand, because I think it was a much better finish. I'll do some close-ups so you can see how it looks. I'm really happy with it. They are different because the trimming itself was kind of curving because it was supposed to be the whole skirt. So yeah, it's different, both arms, which as an upcycler, I don't actually care. That's the back of it. It was a labor of love, but you know what? I am really, really pleased. It's giving me lots of ideas of how to upcycle some of the other jumpers and sweatshirts. I put them for sale, and if they sell as they are, fine. If not, I'll have a look at upcycling. I spent some time doing some jewelry as well yesterday, so I just love playing with broken bits. So I'll show you this one in a minute, but yeah, what do you think? I think it looks really, really nice. I think to the right person, it's a really, really beautiful sweatshirt. I'm gonna take some pictures. The crowd on TikTok are enjoying it, and there's some people that actually know me from the past, from the kids going to school. I started contacting me and like, wow, you're making lovely things. I'm gonna come to your shop. It's kind of sweet. Right, these two are the other two I was working with yesterday. On this one, I decided to put like a little yellow stripe, and the green ribbon, the green ribbon. I also cut the sleeves a little bit because if somebody's gonna wear in it this shirt, chances are the arms are not gonna be that long. So I cut the arms a little bit because it is in men's XL. So it's a H&M original cotton, but now cotton and fun. So this is the other one that you saw me working on. And then this one, we put there, I don't know if I show you. When I film in different days, I generally don't know if I'm showing you everything. So anyway, let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look at what I've done with the jewelry. Okay, so I'm just giving you the, the experience of coming to the shop. In here, that's my fireplace, I love it. There's so much we still need to do here. I've done this little nook here because I want to set up where the mirror, where people... So this little nook is where people normally, if they try something, they come and see on this mirror. And I just put this on today, but I really need to figure out another type of display and just have that table. And I wanted to use it to put some jewelry there. I don't know if you can recognize some of the pieces that I already show you. This is one of the pendants that I made, and these two as well. I found this lovely blue crystal little heart. And yeah, these are some of the ones I made. I picked up this sparkler. Isn't that pretty? It's just a costume one, but it is very pretty. So I think it looks nice displayed in here. And the Miller for the pendant, and some of I made this one last night. It's a lovely stone. I can't remember the name of this. I'll put it on the video. And it ended up being like a V. What else do we have here? This one I show you, and I made it into a pendant. I don't know if I ever show you this guy, but yeah. When the camera loses my face, this is subject lost. It makes me giggle. Because sometimes I do feel very lost. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure if the video is going to be too long or too short, but I think I'm going to leave it in here. If it is too short, then I want to put another upcycle. You will see me again. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming for another video. And please like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.